Still set point for the Rebels. Match point for the Rebels. Championship for the Rebels coming up if they can get one more point.
Rebel volleyball is on.
Fisher serves. Hopkin, great pass up front. Cornea sets left side. Grohl hits. Back corner. Was it in there? It was tipped. And the Rebels win 25-19. 3 games to 1.
Last season, Coach Cindy Stewart and the Rebs climbed back to the top.
Kiera sets left side. Julia hits it hard and splits the D, and it was deflected out of bounds.
They pounded their way to a 17th Rich High School Volleyball State Championship and brought the trophy back home.
Alicia again with the serve. Vicious serve, and it's a service ace. A lot of mustard on it.
With a reloaded roster, the Rebels take the court with their sights set on defending the title and making it 2 in a row.
Larson serves again. This one passed to the up official. It's a service ace for Risha.
Turn up the volume, Rebel fans, and join us for Rich Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio. KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Set up front in the middle. Set is blocked. On the attack, Julia Hopkin with an epic recreation block of the game.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, the Wind River Hotel and Casino of Riverton, Wyoming, T-Bar S Body Shop Technoglass of Evanston, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, West Star Printing in Evanston, Edwards Furniture in Logan, and by mylocalradio.com.
Hopkin passes. Cornea sets into the middle. Peart touch attack into the middle, and the Rebels win 27-25. Perfect placement by Savannah Peart.
And now, Rebel volleyball fans,
Slaps it down, diving dig by Amber Lee.
get ready as we head to the court to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan STEINECKERT.
Good afternoon, Rebel fans, and welcome back to the Sevier Valley Center and Rich Rebel Volleyball on KADQ. Another exciting match this afternoon as the Rebels take on the Enterprise Wolves. That's coming up in just a few minutes, likely about 3 or 4 minutes from now. So we won't have time to talk with coaches on our Comprehensive Family Dental Dr. Sean Grohl Coaches Show, but we'll bring you as much as we can of our Town of Randolph pregame show, brought to you by Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Bridget Pugmire, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. We'll be back with the Pugstone Sporting Scene Set after this on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
Back at the Sevier Valley Center, where so far this weekend the Rebels are 5-0. They beat yesterday Carbon, Millard, and South Sevier, and they've beaten Beaver and North Summit pretty handily so far this morning. With these wins, the Rebels are at 16-4 overall this season, and they'll face the Enterprise Wolves here in just a few minutes. Enterprise yesterday 1-3 against Richfield, lost the first set 25-23, and then won 25-19 and 15-9. Swept North Sevier, and then same with then beat South Summit, again losing the first set 25-23 before bouncing back to win 25-14 and 15-6. Enterprise so far today lost in 2 straight to North Summit and beat Beaver in 2 straight. They've got some good athletes, a very good hitter in number 10, Jaslyn Gardner, and Rebels will have to watch out and be ready for her. I think this is a match the Rebels should win if they come out ready to play and playing like they did so far in these first couple of sets today. That's your Pugstone Sporting Goods scene set. Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Pugstones has it all. We're going to jump right ahead in our Town of Randolph pregame show to the Comprehensive Family Dental Dr. Sean Grohl Coaches Show. That's coming up right after this on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
It doesn't matter what season you visit Bear Lake. Make sure you always stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods. You'll find lots of great quality inventory at low prices, including guns and ammo. During the winter, you can rent cross-country skis, snowshoes, and buy your ski passes to Beaver Mountain. Pugstones is always the best place to get information about the area and purchase your hunting or fishing licenses. Everything you need with one stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods at the 4-way stop in Garden City.
When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210.
Hi there, Craig Dearden with Castle Rock Chevrolet right here in Evanston. Of course, it's about finding you that perfect vehicle, but at Castle Rock, it's about a lot more. It's using our experience to get you the best rate. We will get you the vehicle that you've always wanted. It's about knowing your vehicle is in the right hands. Throughout the buying experience here at Castle Rock Chevrolet, we're here for you. If you're ready to buy a new truck, come to Castle Rock. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Welcome back to the Sevier Valley Center. Our pregame show was real quick. The pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph. Our scene set by Pugstone Sporting Goods, and we also had a real brief, I don't know if we can even call it that, but a Comprehensive Family Dental. Our coaches show is normally brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl with Quality Family Dentistry since 1998. I had a chance to catch up with Coach Cindy Stewart, and she said about Enterprise that her team needs to be ready for number 10, a senior middle blocker and hitter, Jaslyn Gardner. Very athletic. The height is about the same as Julia Hopkin, right around 5'6", maybe 5'8", but she's very athletic and can really hop, really hit hard as well. So the Rebels will have to be ready for her. Our starting lineups are brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all for the Rebels. Julia Hopkin, Amberly Smith, Kiara Grohl, Talisha Larson, Savannah Peart, Risha Larson, and Sydney Hatch. Amberly Smith, of course, the libero. We'll get you the Enterprise starters here in a second. Brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all. Looking back at the history between Rich and Enterprise, they've faced each other quite a few amount of times, a bunch of times here at this Richfield tournament. And the Rebels won 3 in a row. They lost 3 in a row. Last time they played was a year ago, and Rich won beat Enterprise 2-0. But that's as far back as I could look, going back to 2010. I'm looking back a little bit further. Enterprise is a 2A school, and I'm just not seeing any other instances where Rich played Enterprise prior to 2010. So we'll go with that. Rebels 4-3 against the Wolves. Rebels start this match off with the serve. Brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Enterprise bumps it back over. The Rebels set it up and slap it down, but the Wolves are there to dig. Enterprise sets it back across. Rebels set it up, pushed down the line by Hopkin. Wolves set it up again in the middle for Gardner. She pushes it down across court. Peart lunges out, can't control it, and the Wolves take a 1-0 lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard to start this match off. Rebels had the serve to start, didn't get the point. Libero is Timry Phillips for the Wolves, and she serves an ace. Rebels couldn't get underneath it. Service ace. Rebels coming out a little bit flat so far in this first set. Starting lineups are brought to you by the Randolph Country Store, our Laketown Ledger by the town of Laketown. Proud to support the Rebels and wishing them good luck. Rebels set it up. It's blocked. Hopkin hits again. It's deflected and kept in the air. Gardner from the middle pushes toward the back corner, and it's on the line in there. 3-0 Enterprise with the lead. Just run through these starters real quick for the Wolves. Libero is Timry Phillips. Jaslyn Garner is a starter, along with Allie Laub, Shelby Farnsworth, Ellie Shirtliff out there as well, and we'll have to find one more. Hopkins set up, hits hard, dug by Timry Phelps. Ball at the net, and the Rebels finally get one knocked down. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Larson. And let's see, 24 I've got, 35, 10-5 is Ronnie Robinson, a junior. Again, starting lineups are brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all. Gardner set up, and she hits it hard down the line of the net. 4-1, Enterprise on top early on here on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. This first set brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Serving is Kendi Christensen. Rebels get a good pass, set it up high and outside. Hopkin hits down the line and hits it right through the hands of Kendi Christensen on the defense. 4-2 after the Bear Lake Realty kill for the Rich Rebels. Rebels on top. Trailing rather in this first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Pass up front, not a very good one. Wolves bump it over. Hatch, good pass up to Kiera, set high and outside. Hopkin cracks it through the defense. The bump goes out of bounds. Wolves keep it alive and slap it over. Kiera bumps up front. Larson sets. Hopkin hits. And Gardner able to dig that one up. Barely kept alive and slapped across. Rebels deflected. That was Hatch on the deflection. Good pass up front. Set again for Hopkin. Hits, and again it's deflected. Bumped and set left side. Gardner hits hard. Rebels can't dig it. It's deflected clear out 2 courts away. And 5-2. Gardner's got a real strong hit. Rebels have found some success. I was just talking with Coach Stewart between these matches, between the win over North Summit and this match starting. The strategy against the bigger block, they've found a way to work around it quite a bit that's been successful, is that rather than having Hopkin hit right at the net, they back her off. The set comes in about 2 or 3 feet behind or away from the net. Hopkin with a nice block, but the Wolves keep it alive and punch it over. Hopkin passes. Kiera sets high and outside for Julia. Crushed down the line, and a Bear Lake Realty kill. And that's what I'm talking about right there, is that it gives her some more room to hit. Plus, it makes it the timing, that it offsets the timing for the blockers to have Hopkin a little bit away from the net, and makes it tough for the blockers to get there. Now, your angle has to be better. Your hit has to be better. Hopkin, speaking of better hits, with a service ace brought to you by Circle H Land and Cattle Company. But Julia has adjusted to it very well, and the Rebels have done a nice job with it. Big hit down by Ronnie Robinson. Rebels can't dig it up. Rich had climbed to within 1, but the side out puts the Wolves on top 6-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels have topped Beaver and North Summit so far today. Smith with a pass outside. Hopkin has to bump it toward the middle, and Peart bumps it over. Rebels didn't get a good attack set up. Set in the middle. Rebels block it out of bounds. It was a nice attack from the middle by the junior Ronnie Robinson. 7-4. Wolves on top with Sam Hyatt serving. Junior. Rebels set it up, and Peart hits cross court. Gardner able to dig. Bumped high, way outside, and pushed across inside the antenna. Rebels get a good pass, set it up high and outside for Peart, who hits back line. It's deflected, tipped, and then to the floor. Deflected by the block. Hyatt tried to get a piece of it, couldn't control it. 7-5 on the Bear Lake Realty kill by Savannah Peart. Amber Smith steps back, set to serve. And Gardner receives, passes up front, set high outside left side. Rebels block it. Pancake dig by Kiera Grohl, maybe your J-Bar excavation dig of the game. Peart slaps it across. Wolves dig it up, set, hit blocked by the Rebels. Deflection is out of bounds, 8-5. Rebels trail on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. This Wolves team coming out stronger than I thought they would be after losing in 2 straight to North Summit. They did beat Beaver in 2 straight, though. Allie Laub serves. Hopkin receives. Rebels set it up. Peart hits long to the coach on the sideline. And the Rebels struggling early here, 9-5, trailing the Enterprise Wolves. A serve, tips the top of the net, rolls over the top. A second service ace of the match for Enterprise makes it 10-5, doubling up the Rebels early on here. Volleyball coach for Enterprise, Brian Phelps. Rebels receive, get a good pass, set it up. Larson drills it through the block. Nice attack by Talisha Larson. Rebels get a much needed Bear Lake Realty kill and side out. Risha Larson back to serve. Delivers it. Bumped up front. They get a good pass, set up, and a hit. Big time hit by Ronnie Robinson. The coach said she was concerned about Jocelyn Garner. Ronnie. I keep wanting to call her Robbie. It's Ronnie Robinson. has been the more dangerous hitter so far. She's got a lot of height, long arms, and really gets a lot on her swing. Robinson delivers the serve. Smith passes clear to the side. Kiera has to go a long ways. Rebels try to bump. Hopkin and Peart miscommunicate. And it's an easy point for the Wolves as Rebels didn't even return the serve. Didn't even put together an attack. Rebels have got to wake up here. They don't seem to be playing real awake at this point. Hopkin passes up front. Kiera sets high and outside. Larson hits to the back line. Dug up by the libero, Timry Phelps. Phelps, I believe, the coach's daughter. Rebels get a dig. They bump it over. It's bumped right back. A diving dig by Robinson. And an overpass. Larson hits and deflected. Plus, it looked to me like it was on the line. Either way, it's a Bear Lake Realty kill for the Rebels, who trailed 12-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Savannah Peart to serve. Gardner passes up front. It's bumped by Lobb and slapped over by Gardner. Rebels set it up high and outside for Hopkin, who hits it off the block out of bounds. 12-8. Rebels around in the rotation with Hopkin, Grohl, and Talisha Larson up front. Need to get some points here and climb back into this one. Trailing by 4. Savannah Peart serves. Good pass up front by Phelps. Set up high and outside, and Gardner just hammers it down. She goes right at Hopkins' head. Julia got it up in the air, but it deflected into the net. And Gardner, boy, she can really hop. The angle on that hit was unbelievable. Coach Stewart comes out and has a quick word. The up official wants to have a quick chat with Julia Hopkin, make sure she's okay after taking a volleyball to the noggin. 13-8, Wolves with the lead. Phelps serves. Smith, not a great pass. Kiera keeps it alive, puts up a pretty good set. Hopkin hits, and it's blocked. Rebels can't keep it alive. 14-8. I wonder if Coach Stewart's going to take a timeout here before too long. She's up on her feet, calling out to her team some instruction. Risha passes. Kiera dumps it. Gardner digs it up. Pass and pushed back across on the dump set. Kiera sets it up left side. Hopkin hits, deflected by the block, bumped over, an overpass, and Smith digs. Kiera sets again high and outside. Hopkin cracks it to the back corner. Nice Bear Lake Realty kill. 14-9. Rebels down by 5. Needing to go on a bit of a run here on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. It's 14-9. First set is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Talisha Larson serves. Good receive by Robinson. Set up for Gardner. Hit, blocked. Rebels keep it in the air, but they can't keep it over or get it over. And it's 15-9. The matchup issues for the Rebels with this Wolves team. Rebels didn't have much trouble with North Summit. The North Summit didn't have much trouble with Enterprise. Service by Kindy Christensen. Lunging serve received by Peart. Rebels hit it to the back corner, but I think we had a double hit on the Rebel set. 16-9. The Wolves coming out very strong in this first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, and then a service error. Gives the Rebels a side out and a little bit of a breath here. We'll see if Rich can turn things around. Trailing 16-10. Kiera serves down the line. Robinson passes up front. Bumped outside. Gardner pushes down the line in the corner. She got it. Nice position, nice placement. 17-10. Wolves with the lead. Gardner with the touch attack or the push attack down into the corner. She serves. Peart passes high. Kiera high and outside for Hopkin. Pushes it down the line. Block was there, and the set was right at the net. Robinson hits, deflected. Rebels keep it in the air, but not for long. Just two little deflections. 18-10. Enterprise with the lead in this first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Gardner serves again. Peart passes high. Kiera, Hopkin hit, blocked, bumped, kept in the air, but a lift, I think, is what we'll call yes. Bear Lake Realty kill for the Lady Rebels. 18-11, Rebels trail. Needing a comeback here. Julia serves. Serve receive has been very good for Enterprise, and that gives Rich trouble. Robinson hits. Kiera digs to Risha rather. Kept it in the air, but to the bottom of the underside of the net. And it's 19-11. And now checking in to serve is Sam Hyatt, the junior. Hyatt winds up and serves. Smith passes. Good pass to Kiera. Grohl sets it up outside. Peart hits down the line. It's deflected and kept in the air. Gardner bumps it up. and it's hit into the net. A misfire, Jessica Holt, a hitting error. 19-12. Rebels need a 6 or 7-0 run here to get back into this one, at least 4 or 5 points in a row. Amber serves. Pass up front, not a good pass. It's deflected under the net by Allie Lobb, the setter. We'll call that a service ace, the second of the match for the Rebels. Smith serves again. 19-13. Rebels need 4 or 5 more points at least. Amber passes up front, not a great attack for the Wolves. Rich sets it up. Peart hits, blocked. Robinson bumps it up and over the net. Rebels right at the net, set it up. Talisha hits, she's blocked. Rich keeps it alive. Hopkin bumps. Peart slaps it to the back row. Passed up high by Timmery Phelps. Set up in the middle. Robinson hits, deflected by the Rebel block. Peart dives but can't get underneath it. 20-13. Rebels got 2 straight points there, but they need much more than that here, trailing late in set number 1, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Serving is Allie Lobb. Good pass up front by Hopkin. Rebels set it up outside. Peart hits it hard. Diving dig by Phelps goes under the net. 20-14. Bear Lake Realty kill for Savannah Peart, and the Rebels are within 6. Risha Larson serves. Tough one. Gardner able to bump it up front. Good pass. Set up. Robinson hit. Smith digs it about 8 rows back in the bleachers behind her. 21-14. Wolves with the lead. Rebels need to get fired up here. Not seeing a lot of emotion or energy from the team at this point. Coach Stewart says, I need a timeout. We'll take one as well. 21-14 Enterprise leads in the first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Rolene Kennedy of Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston is your Rich County representative. The mother of 5 Rich High graduates and grandmother of 3 more graduates in the making, Rolene is here for you. She's a recipient of GM's highest salesman honor, the Mark of Excellence Award winner, meaning she provides you with the best customer service in the industry. The next time you're looking for a car or truck, think Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, your Rich County representative.
Go Rebels!
Service by Robinson. Rebel receive goes out near the scores table. Kiara keeps it alive, and Talisha bumps it over. Not a great attack, but the Rebels keep it alive. Set up, and Gardner just pushes across. Not a good set for the Wolves. Kiara sets it nicely for Peart, who hits, blocked, rolls over the top, and dug by Lobb on the Enterprise side of the net. They bump it high and bump it over, but a double hit, I think a 2-hit or a lift called against Enterprise. I wasn't quick enough to look at the official and see the call, the signal. 21-15, Rebels down in this first set. Set up for Gardner, tipped across. Hopkin digs, nice lunging dig, maybe a J-Bar excavation dig of the game. Especially if the Rebels can come up with a point here. They bump it over. Gardner set up in the middle, hit, blocked by Julia Hopkin. Epic Recreation block of the game. Gardner hits again, pushed to the back corner, and Risha's there. Kiara sets high and outside. Hopkin crushes it down. A Bear Lake Realty kill. We had your epic block by Julia and the J-Bar dig by Julia as well on that 1 point. Also the Bear Lake Realty kill from Julia. 21-16. Good pass up front. Gardner set up, hit hard. Peart comes up, digs it high near the net. Kiara sets, and Julia hits. It's punched right back, and Doug punched over again. Enterprise sets it up. Rebels get a dig, bump it, keep it off the net. They keep it alive. And set up again for Gardner. She pushes to the back line. Rebels pass it outside, or set it outside. Hopkin hits. It's dug by Phelps. Set up, punch down the line. Risha is there. Kiara sets high and outside for Hopkin. Cross court to the back corner. Hopkin finds the floor. 21-17. Now we're getting the Rebels fired up. 21-17. Timeout on the floor. It's Enterprise calling for it this time. We'll take a quick break as well on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Your vehicle represents one of the major investments you'll make in your lifetime. If you have an accident, large or small, take care of your investment with a professional team that understands the value of your vehicle. T-Bar-S Body Shop on Technoglass of Evanston has been repairing and restoring vehicles to just like new condition for over 7 years. Don't trust your investment to just anyone. Let T-Bar fix your car. T-Bar-S Body Shop on Technoglass of Evanston. Stop in today for a free estimate. 515 County Road.
Savannah Peart serves. Good pass up front, set up outside. Gardner hits. Rebels keep it in the air. A diving dig by Julia, but not quite high enough for a teammate to get to. 22-17 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels trail. Rich bumps it over. Didn't get a good pass, and things go downhill from there. Gardner hits and just cracks it right to the top of Kiera Grohl's head. 23-17. Rich is going to have to make some adjustments going into set two, whether they're able to come back and win this one or not. They've got to find a way to be more efficient on the attack. Phelps serves. Smith, good pass up front. Kiera sets outside. Hopkin hits off the block, deflected out of bounds. Bear Lake Realty kill. Rebels need 5 straight, make it 6 straight, including that side out they just got to stay alive in this one. Trailing 23-18. Talisha serves. It's an overpass that lands just in front of Larson. She dove out there, couldn't get underneath it. 24-18 set point Enterprise. This is a surprise. Enterprise was beat pretty handily by North Summit earlier. Rebels beat North Summit pretty handily. But matchups are a challenge for Rich against this Enterprise team. A little more height, good athleticism. Julia hits, deflect off the block to the floor. Bear Lake Realty kill keeps the Rebels alive for now. 24-19. Rich trails on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And the Rebels have the serve. Kiera Grohl awaits. This first set is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Kiera serves. Phelps passes up front. Decent pass, set high and outside. Gardner hits into the net, and the Rebels are still alive. 24-20. Need 4 more points consecutive at least to avoid the set 1 loss. Kiera serves again. This one dives to the floor, almost an ace, but the Wolves dig it up. Gardner hits cross court, and she crushes it. 25-20. Enterprise wins set 1 over the Rebels. First loss of this tournament, including yesterday's pool play and this morning's pool play in the championship bracket. 25-20, Enterprise wins. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with set number 2. This is the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Set 1 brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet.
They really appreciate every customer at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. They understand that you have lots of options when it comes to purchasing outdoor recreation vehicles. That's why they work hard to earn your business by making sure they understand exactly what you want. They're friends with their customers. When you're happy, they're happy. If you haven't been to their store, they invite you to come visit. And if you've already one of their friends, stop in again soon and check out all of this season's gear. Cache Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on US 91.
Hi there, Craig Dearden with Castle Rock Chevrolet right here in Evanston. Of course, it's about finding you that perfect vehicle, but at Castle Rock, it's about a lot more. It's using our experience to get you the best rate. We will get you the vehicle that you've always wanted. It's about knowing your vehicle is in the right hands. Throughout the buying experience here at Castle Rock Chevrolet, we're here for you. If you're ready to buy a new truck, come to Castle Rock. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Rebels set it up quickly. Their attack is blocked. Now the Enterprise Wolves set it up and punch it over. Smith, good pass up front. Kiera with a dump set, but that's dug up by Holt way across the net, out of bounds. Then Gardner hits, and Rebels, Amberly Smith digs it. Set it up outside. Peart hits across. Wolves set it up in the middle. Gardner again, cross court, out of bounds. She misfired a bit long and wide. Luckily for Rich, that puts the Rebels on top 1-0. First lead of the match. We're in the second set, brought to you by Town of Woodruff. Mayor Bo Holman, council members Hugh Holman, Audrey Jessen, Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, and clerk Lisa Bell. Peart serves, Gardner receives. They set it up for Gardner on the left side, and she hits it hard straight to the floor. The angle on that attack by Jaslyn Garner. Boy, she can really hop. She's probably about 5'6", 5'7", maybe, but she gets up high. Phelps with the serve. Smith passes. Kiera bumps, and Hopkin hits at the block, and a nice attack. Shelby Farnsworth a little too far away from the net on her block attack, or block attempt, and the Rebels have a Bear Lake Realty kill, leading 2-1. Talisha Larson set to serve. Rebels will play again later on this afternoon. After this match, they'll play, well, it depends on how they finish out in this match. Gardner set up, and she hits hard. Rebels got a deflection on the block. They've got to adjust better to actually get a block on her. She's real athletic and able to hit around the block real well. Rebels will likely play their North St. Pete or Panguitch next up, and that'll be single elimination. So lose, you're done. Win, you keep going and play for the championship of the tournament. Rebels bump it over. Pass up front. Set outside. Gardner, touch attack this time. Diving dig by Risha Larson. J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. Set up and tapped across by Hopkin. Hit, tipped, and to the floor. Bear Lake Realty kill. I don't know if it goes in the books as such because it was deflected and touched 2 or 3 times. The official has a quick chat with Timmery Phelps, who landed funny as she went up to try and keep that ball alive. Rebels trying a substitution, and they'll bring Sydney Hatch in on the front row. Try and get a little bit better block up front, some height up there. Hopkin, and Hatch. As Rich gets set to serve, it's Kiera Grohl. Phelps passes outside, set up, not a good set, and Gardner just pushes it across. Hatch sets in the middle. Hopkin tips it across, and the Wolves are there. Gardner sets. Rebels try to go up and tip it down, but winning the battle is Ellie Shirtliff, the junior, who just tipped it over the Rebel block to the floor. But a Wolf must have been in the net. Point to the Rebels, 4-2, Rich on top. Here in set 2, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Kiera Grohl serves again. Phelps, not a good pass. The set bumped across, and Robinson slaps it over. Peart, nice pass up front. Kiera sets in the middle. Hopkin pushes toward the back corner, but Phelps covers a lot of ground and keeps it alive. Gardner hits down the line. The Rebels block it into the antenna. 4-3. Rich with a 1-point lead, and Jaslyn Gardner, the senior, just one of 2 seniors on this team for Enterprise. Jessica Holt, the other one, the other senior. Diving serve received by Peart is into the left post. We're tied at 4 after that service ace, 3rd service ace of the match for the Wolves. Wolves don't give a lot of service aces, but that's 3 already. Kiera set left side. Hopkin hits back row. Phelps with a nice high dig. Keep it alive. Robinson hits. Smith digs way out of bounds. Misfires, and the Wolves retake the lead 5-4. That's actually their first lead of this second set, but they won the first set 25-20. Gardner to serve again. Rebels need a good pass here. Haven't had one in a couple of the last 2 serves by Gardner. They get it this time. Hopkin hits down the line, and she gets it in there. It was deflected by Kenny Christensen. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin, and we're tied up at 5. Hopkin drops back to serve another time. Julia goes right to the middle. Phelps passes up front, set up outside. Robinson hits. Rebels block, and Hatch keeps it in the air. Nice attempt, or nice job by Hatch. Kiera just pushed it across, and the Wolves set it up, push it down the line. Hopkins there. Rich sets it up. Peart pushes down the line. A lunging dig by Christensen. Wolves set it up. Robinson hits. Dig by Smith. Passed and set up in the middle. Sydney Hopkin hits to the back line. Phelps pass up front. Set up high and outside. Robinson hits again down the line and off the shoulder of Kiera Grohl into court 3. Robinson with the kill. 6-5, Wolves on top, and this is a tough Wolves team. I'm surprised that they lost the way they did to North Summit, because when Robinson's on the back row, Gardner's on the front row, and vice versa, and both of them are solid hitters. Smith receives. Rebels set it up, and Peart is stuffed. 7-5, Wolves with the lead on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Sam Hyatt serving, and watch. She's got a real nice floater serve, much like the Larson sisters. No rotation. Good pass by Smith. Kiera sets high left side. Peart hits from the back, and it's just a little bit wide. She tried to go around the block down the line of the net and just hit it too far. 8-5. Rebels got to turn this thing around right away. If this gets more than another point or two away from them, they'll be in trouble. 8-6 as a service error goes into the net for the Wolves. Rich with the service now. And credit the Wolves, their biggest strength to me so far has been their serve receive. Rebels have not gotten many aces, just 2 in the match. Good serve receive again. Robinson punches it across. Smith passes high. Kiera sets up near the net. Rich just has to bump it over. Hopkin. Gardner, good pass up front. Set up in the middle. Robinson swings hard. Rebels deflected. It's kept in the air. Peart from the left side pushes it over. Bumped up high by Holt. Set up high and outside for Holt. And dug by Kiera. Nice high dig. Larson passes it left side, and Peart slaps it across and finds the floor. That was just a roll attack that Peart said, well, I got to get this thing over here. I'll do something with it. Rolled it over across the net, and the Wolves couldn't dig it up. 8-7. Rebels down by 1. Smith serves long and outside. Just misfired. 9-7. Rebels' first service error of this match against Enterprise. And Rich trails 9-7. Serving. Ali Lobb, kind of a funny stance, sideways stance like she's stepping into the batter's box, and then delivers the serve. Peart pushes it across after the Rebels set it up. Bumped over by the Wolves. Hopkin passes up front. Great pass to Kiara, set left side. Peart hits through the block. It's dug up over and out of bounds. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Savannah Peart brings the Rebels back to within 1, 9-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Risha Larson set to serve for Rich. We could really use one of those Larson aces. Delivers. Gardner with a good pass up close to the net. Set high and outside for Robinson, who splits the block, splits the D. Leaves the Rebels standing looking between them saying, wow, what happened? 10-8 after that kill from Ronnie Robinson. Robinson serves. Hopkin passes up front, set up left side, and Peart hits it right through the block. It's dug up and passed over. Kiera sets left side. Peart hits again. Cross court. Dug by Holt. Pass left side. Holt will hit, and Smith digs that one up. Bumped left side. Peart hits again to the back line. Phelps, good pass up front from the libero. Set it up in the middle. Gardner hits, and Risha digs it up. Kiera sets in the middle. Talisha slaps to the back line. Lob is there. Phelps sets, and Holt hits back line. Smith with a diving dig. Rebels keep it alive. Peart hits cross court, and it's dug by Robinson. Set up left side. Holt tips it over. Kiera lunges and keeps it up. Risha, Peart, hit, blocked. And the long rally ends in a Enterprise point. 11-8 the lead for the Wolves on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard here in set 2. Now the Rebels are already almost assuredly have earned a spot. Well, Enterprise losing to North Summit. North Summit losing to Rich. Not sure how things will shake out if the Rebels can't beat Enterprise. They might drop down into silver bracket. Gardner hits hard, dug by Risha Larson, but it's at the net, and Gardner goes back up and slaps it down. 12-8. Rebels trail on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Ronnie Robinson set to serve. Rebels in the long sleeve blues. Wolves in the sleeveless dark blue and white. Not a good pass this time for Rich, but to get off a good attack, Peart slaps it. Just a bit too long, a hitting error. 13-8, Wolves with the lead. Coach Stewart in this second set parked on the bench, giving out some calls to her team, but the Rebels a little bit struggling against Enterprise. It's a matchup issue, I think. Holt hits it. Rebels keep it alive. Peart slaps it to the back corner. Nice attack by Savannah Peart. An unconventional attack, and it works for Rich. Their conventional attack has been pretty well snuffed out by the Wolves block. Rebels take a timeout, and we'll take one as well in the second set, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Back after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Woodruff, Utah has a long pioneer history with a post office that has been in operation since 1872. Woodruff was named after Wilford Woodruff, the 4th president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and is home to the Woodruff Steakhouse, a former Latter-day Saint office building that is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Our rich pioneer heritage is reflected in all our students by their hard work and commitment to excellence in the classroom and in their sports.
Wolves took the first set 25-20. They're leading in set 2 13-9. Coach Stewart takes a timeout, takes all 60 seconds just about of that timeout. Talk with her team, try to get them fired up. And Rich needs to battle back here. I'm not sure how they work out tiebreakers, but if Rich loses this match, they could drop down into the silver bracket. Gardner hits, Rebels deflect it, dig it up, keep it alive. Kiera way outside, but bumps it high into the middle, and Rebels bump it over. Set up again, high and outside, this time for Holt. She hits it, Rebels let it go. It's long and out of bounds. Good decision by Amberly Smith. Pulled her arms back at the last second to let that one go by. And Rich trails 13-10. Savannah Peart serves, and Gardner bumps it off to the side, but they keep it alive. Slap it down from the middle. It's hit out of bounds by Shelby Farnsworth, and Rich trails by 2, 13-11. Peart to serve again. We could sure use a Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace. We'll see. Nope. Gardner, good pass up front. Set left side for Gardner. She hits it down line, out of bounds. Oh, they call it in. That's a terrible call. I can see that right down the line. Oh, that's a bad call. And it's 14-11. Enterprise gets the point. Ooh. Unless it was overturned, maybe it was by the up official. I think she did overturn that, and that's the right call. 13-12. It was close, but they got it right. Gardner hits, blocked by the Rebels. They bump it and keep it alive. Hopkin bumps in the middle. Talisha pushes it across. Set up in the middle again for Gardner. Rebels deflect it, and Peart able to dig. Hopkin goes out of bounds, digs it, and Kiera bumps it over her head and over the net. Set up again, high and outside. Holt slaps down the line, and Rich again there with the deflection. Kiera the dump set. Wolves set it up again for Gardner. Push to the back corner. Smith passes. Kiera backs up, pushes, sets it across, and Hopkin bumps it over to the back line. Phelps, good pass up front. This could be dangerous as Gardner is set up. Hits it hard. Risha with the nice dig. At the net, though, Kiera goes up and battles with Holt, and they'll call a lift on Kiera. 14-12. Enterprise with the lead and the serve. Phelps to deliver. The libero. She's got just a vicious floater serve. Hopkin hits. She's stuffed by Gardner. 15-12. Wolves on top. Rebels need a side out. Trailing 1-0 in the match against Enterprise. Smith, good pass. Kiera sets left side. Hopkin pushes back corner. Phelps digs. Set up left side. Pushed down the line by Shirtliff. Rebels dig it up. Set it up for Hopkin. Pushed it over the block, but it dropped down and picked up by Lobb. Set it up and hit into the net by Shirtliff. Rebels benefit from a hitting error by the Wolves. Rich within 2, 15-13. Talisha Larson serves Gardner. Not a great pass, but it works. She gets set up and hits it cross court. Boy, she really crushed that thing. It deflected off the top of the net, and she hits it hard. She hits it at a great angle, and her placement is extremely good. So 16-13, Rebels trail on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Team's looking for the ball. It went underneath the Rebel and behind the Rebel bench. The bench there just kind of ignorant that that's where the ball was. Everybody kind of looking at him going, it's right back there. Ronnie Robinson, no. Kinney Christensen serves. Rebels get a good pass. Kiera sets high left side. Hopkin hits it hard down. Diving dig by Robinson. Phelps bumps and Shirtliff bumps it over. Rebels get a good pass again. Set it up. Hopkin hits and again deflected and bumped high by Robinson. The setter can't get there though. It's funny. I always think it's just strange to see players back off to give room for the setter, and then a setter like Ali Lobb just did dives in there and can't get it when others were right there to play it. It's just the way that they run the offense sometimes. Gardner outside, hit, deflected by the Rebel block, and then they can't get under it. 17-14. Wolves with the lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, and Jaslyn Gardner serving. She's got a tough serve, but she serves into the net. A service error gives the Rebels a point and brings Rich to within 2. That's just the second service error of the set, third of the match for Enterprise. Pass up front, Lobb sets it outside. Robinson hits cross court. Peart digs. Kiera sets it up for Savannah. Hit, blocked to the floor on Wolves' own side of the net. 17-16. Rebels down by 1. Julia Hopkin to serve. We could, again, really use a Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace. We'll see. Nope. Phelps, good pass up front. Set high and outside for Robinson. Tipped over the block. Kiera with a pancake dig. J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. And the Rebels bump it over. Lobb sets it up again. Now high and outside for Robinson, who hits it into the net. And that was a fantastic save, diving dig by Kiera, another candidate for the J-Bar dig of the game. We'll take a timeout as there's a timeout on the floor. 17 all on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard in set number 2.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming has teamed up with the Riverton Golf and Country Club to bring you great golf getaway packages for the whole family. Come for a couple of days, golf, eat, relax, tour the Wind River Indian Reservation, and enjoy the Native American tribal dancers. Pet rooms are available so you can bring the whole family and stay. Call today the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where families play, stay, win. 866-657-1604.
Wolves set it up. Robinson hits it hard. Rebels dig, but to the wrong direction. It goes about 8 rows deep in the bleachers. Out here to my left. Wolves back on top, 18-17. Rebels receive, set it up. Peart hits down the line. It was deflected. It lands out of bounds, but that doesn't matter for Rich. I mean, I guess it matters. It means it's a point for the Rebels. 18 all on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels need a win here in this second set. Brought to you by Town of Woodruff to force a Rich County third set if they can win here. Smith serves. Nice lunging serve receive. Set it up in the middle. Holt hits back line out. Just too long, and the Rebels take the lead, 19-18 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels led early on 4-2, but the Wolves took a lead. Smith serves too long. A service error is just the second of the match for Rich. We're tied at 19 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Ali Lobb with the service. Delivers. Boy, that's a tough serve. Smith, good receive. Bumped and pushed to the back corner by Peart. Set up in the middle. Robinson, touch attack. Pancake dig by Kiera. Nobody else can get to it, though. 20-19. Robinson from the middle with good vision. Just taps it down where the Rebels couldn't get it. They're bringing 3 blockers in the middle, and that leaves only 3 defenders to cover the whole back line, plus all the sides in front of the net. Hopkin passes. Peart bumps, and Smith lunges out, bumps it over. Good communication by Rich to make sure somebody got that. Set up in the middle. Robinson just cracks it through the block, splits the D, 21-19. Wolves with the lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels need a quick side out here. See Savannah Peart shout, hey, let's go, girls. Give a couple claps. Julia Hopkins says, let's get it going. And some quick side out here. Lob, serves. Smith passes. Good pass. Kiera sets left side. Talisha hits, and it's deflected by the block to the back corner on the floor. 21-20. Bear Lake Realty kill for Talisha Larson. Could really use a Circle H Atlanta Cattle Company ace here from Risha Larson, and we won't get it, though. Gardner with a good pass. Set up high left side. Robinson hit, deflected by the Rebel block. A diving effort into the bench by Talisha, but can't quite keep it alive. 22-20 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Again, Wolves took the first set, 25-20. Rebels have not lost a match yet at this tournament. That loss in the first set was their first set loss of the tournament. Talisha hits through the block. It drops in front of Phelps on the floor. A Bear Lake Realty kill makes it 22-21. Rebels down by 1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard here in the closing points of the Town of Woodruff set 2. Gardner receives. They set it up for Gardner. She tips it, but the Rebels tip it right back. Kiera Grohl with a Bear Lake Realty kill, and we're tied at 22 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Coach Brian Phelps of the Wolves up off his bench. Coach Stewart down is just sitting and looking intently. Savannah Peart serves. They set it up for Gardner. Not a good set. It's in the net, and the Rebels lead 23-22. Coach Phelps takes a timeout. Rebels on top late in set 2. Brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. And we'll keep it. No, we better keep it right here. As short as timeouts have been for these teams, I'm going to be behind a little bit on my ads, but I'm going to keep it right here, and we'll thank our camera sponsor, Bear Lake Realty. Visit bearlakerealty.com. If you're looking for whatever it is, whatever real estate needs you have in the Bear Lake area, go with the experts who've been there the longest and been doing it the best. That's Bear Lake Realty, Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. Rebels to serve, leading by 1 in set number 2, brought to you by the Town of Woodruff, looking to force a third set. Peart serves. Phelps passes. A decent pass. They set it up high and outside for Gardner. She hits it hard. The Rebel block is there, but Hopkin can't quite keep it in the air. 23 all on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, and now the Rebels need a quick side out as Timory Phelps drops back to serve. Smith with a good pass. Kiera high and outside for Hopkins. She's stuffed. Peart digs, though. and Rich keeps it alive. Kiara sets again, and Hopkins bumps it over to the back line. Phelps just gets under it. Lob sets in the middle. Gardner hits, blocked by Rich and kept in the air. Risha bumps. Kiara sets in the middle. Talisha pushes it into the middle of the defense, and it's dug up and bumped over, an overpass. Kiara sets. Hopkins again. Cross court. She crushes it down, and the Rebels have a set point, 24-23 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Nice cross court hit. It was right at Shirtliff, and she couldn't control it. Talisha Larson to serve. Need a big one here. Talisha delivers. Too long. Not that big. That was my fault. I said we needed a big one, and Talisha served it too big. Service error is the third of the set, third of the match as well. And Kenny Christensen steps in to serve for Enterprise. Peart receives. Rebels set it up for Hopkins. Hit down the line. Phelps, diving dig. Bumped in the air by Christensen and bumped over by Robinson. Smith, great pass up front to Kiara. Grohl sets high left side. Hopkins hits it hard, and she's stuffed by Shirtliff. Set and match point for the Wolves of Enterprise, 25-24. Rebels had a 24-23 lead. The Wolves have scored 2 straight. Christensen with the serve, set and match point. Peart passes up front. Kiara sets high outside. Hopkins hits too long. She was going to try and get the deflection on the block. The block just dropped down, and the Wolves win 26-24 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels lose their first match of the weekend, 2-0 against the Enterprise Wolves. And that sets up an interesting tiebreaker situation because North Summit beat Enterprise 2-0. Beavers down at the bottom. They've lost to North Summit, Rich, and Enterprise. So Rich is 2-1, Enterprise is 2-1, North Summit is 2-1. We'll have to see how they work out the tiebreaker and see if Rich ends up in the gold bracket or in the silver bracket. We'll figure that out before too long, and we'll have a match. Rich will play again at either 2:30 or 3:30. Now, that's what the schedule says, but it will likely be before that when Rich retakes the court. So keep it tuned here. We'll have a Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Again, this second set has been brought to you by the town of Woodruff.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for. Founded in 1997, the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho serves Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming and is proud to sponsor the students and staff at Rich High School. The Mound Valley Cattle Company is established on the foundation of hard work, commitment, and perseverance, knowing that every individual on the team must give their best for the team to succeed. The same principles that students and athletes at Rich High School are learning today that will help them lead tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
Well, another quick match. This one was scheduled to start at 1:30, and it wraps up before 1 o'clock. Rebels lose to Enterprise in 2 straight, 25-20 and 26-24. We'll tell you more about it right now on the post-game show, brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Time for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's gourmet sandwiches, fresh and fast, every day at 113 Front Street in Evanston. After the Rebels started the Richfield tournament 5-0, beating all 3 teams in pool play on Friday, and then beating North Summit and Beaver on Saturday morning, the Rebels faced the third team of the day, the Enterprise Wolves, which had lost to North Summit but beat Beaver. Rebels started off a bit slow, a little bit sluggish, trailed 10-5 early, got down by as much as 18-10 midway through the first set. Rebels battled back, but it was too much of a deficit and ended up with the loss 25-20 after that first set. Set number 2 was more of the same. The Wolves built a little bit of a lead. The Rebels would battle back. They made it close. Rich took a late lead, 24-23, had a set point, trying to force a third set, but the Wolves scored 3 straight points. A couple of hitting errors by the Rebels, and Enterprise wins 26-24 to win the match 2-0. So that brings up a funny situation in the tiebreaker and who will go on in the silver bracket, who will go on in the gold bracket. We'll have to find out later on, as all 3 teams, Rich, North Summit, and Enterprise, all went 2-1 in bracket play this morning at the Richfield tournament. Rebels lose to the Enterprise Wolves 2-0. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Gourmet sandwiches, fresh and fast every day. 113 Front Street, Evanston. Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show continues after the break. We'll have the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital post-game highlights and the Laziest Ranching Roundup calendar when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
It doesn't matter what season you visit Bear Lake. Make sure you always stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods. You'll find lots of great quality inventory at low prices, including guns and ammo. During the winter, you can rent cross-country skis, snowshoes, and buy your ski passes to Beaver Mountain. Pugstones is always the best place to get information about the area and purchase your hunting or fishing licenses. Everything you need with one stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods at the 4-way stop in Garden City.
Tough loss against Enterprise Wolves, 26-24 in set 2. The Rebels had a set point, 24-23, and just couldn't quite get that one last point. Wolves scored the final 3 points to win the set and the match. Post-game show is brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. It's time for the post-game highlights presented by Bear Lake Memorial. Count on us to care. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Rebels in the first set were down as much as 18-10. They battled back and made it close late, 21-17, and I think it was as close as they got, down by 4 before, 24-20 as well. But it was just too much of a deficit to overcome. Our Bear Lake, or our Circle H, no, let me try a third time. Dig of the game, J-Bar Excavation, and Epic Recreation block of the game both came on one play. It was also a Bear Lake Realty kill. Julia Hopkin, the Rebels were down 21-15. Hopkin got a block. Then on the next exchange, she had a nice dig. And then on the next exchange, she got the kill. And those were your Bear Lake, or your Epic Recreation block of the game, J-Bar Excavation dig of the game, and Bear Lake Realty kill as well. Now, Kiara Grohl also had a candidate, and maybe we'll give that to Kiara Grohl, the pancake dig, brought to you by J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. That was a big one because it tied it up at 17, or led to the Rebels tying it up at 17. About 2/3 of the way through that second set. That was a big pancake dig by Kiara. Great hustle play. But you take your pick on those for the Epic Recreation block of the game and the J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. Our camera today has been brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Scoreboard is by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. We'll find out here in a moment who the Rebels will play next, whether they made the gold bracket or the silver bracket. It's single elimination from here on out, and game times are scheduled for 2:30 and 3:30, and then a 4:30 championship. But as we've already seen today, they'll move things along. They'll even change courts on you to get matches finished up as quickly as possible. Now, on the other court, right now, it's South Sevier versus Richfield. So that's 3 versus 4. That was a match that was scheduled to start at 12:30. Looks like it did start right about that time. It's 24-23. The team, that one may go a third set, so that one may go a little bit longer. Rich will play likely either Penguich or North San Pete in the first round of gold or silver single elimination tournament play. And I'm going to just kind of keep my eye on what's happening here and see if we can get that figured out. We've got more of the postgame show coming up. Our highlights have been brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. We'll take one more quick break and then be back with Lazy S Ranching Roundup calendar on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
It doesn't matter what season you visit Bear Lake. Make sure you always stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods. You'll find lots of great quality inventory at low prices, including guns and ammo. During the winter, you can rent cross-country skis, snowshoes, and buy your ski passes to Beaver Mountain. Pugstones is always the best place to get information about the area and purchase your hunting or fishing licenses. Everything you need with one stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods at the four-way stop in Garden City.
When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210. When it comes to hard things in life, don't say, why me? Just say, try me. Remember, it's the tough things that make us the strongest. The cattle ranchers at Lazy S Ranching are proud supporters of the youth in our community. Sim, Joe Jean, Carol, and Millie Weston, along with Sim Jr. and Meggie, remind everyone to eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels. That's right. Eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels. Back on the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show, the Rebels a tough, close loss, and that close loss may be an important part of that factoring in what comes next for Rich. As I understand, I was just talking with some Rebel fans and parents, and it sounds like tiebreakers are determined by points scored. Now, Enterprise lost to North Summit, and I think, if I remember right, it was 25-13 and 25-15 or 16, something along those lines. Rich beat North Summit pretty handily, 25-16 and 25-17. So the Rich loss to Enterprise, 25-20 and 26-24, would be the most narrow loss, which by a tiebreaker standard, I believe, would put Rich in first place coming out of this morning's bracket. We had North Summit, Rich, and Enterprise all go 2-1 in the bracket. Beaver went 0-3. And so I believe Rich would be the number 1 team coming out of the bracket. I think North Summit would be second because I don't know. They lost to Enterprise. But anyway, I'm not quite sure on that. I believe, though, that Rich would be the first team and go in as the number 1 team into the gold bracket this afternoon. Now, if that's the case, Rich would be scheduled to play at 2:30. But, again, as we've seen this morning, Rebel matches have started before the time that they were even scheduled to begin. So things will certainly change. If you're interested in seeing what Rich does through the rest of this afternoon, just keep it tuned to KADQ 98.3 FM or mylocalradio.com. I'll also try to post something on the Rich High School Utah, the open forum page as soon as I know anything, and let you know just who and when Rich will be playing, or approximations of those two things. Let's see. Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show, the Lazy S Ranching Roundup calendar. Eat more beef and cheer on the Rebels. Lazy S Ranching. Now, I believe Rich will get back into it at scheduled for 2:30. We'll have to see if that is indeed what time they play. And the way things are shaking out now, North St. Pete and Panguitch still have to play each other. North St. Pete is warming up on the court where Rich just played. You can see them if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Richfield beat Panguitch. Richfield is defeating, or beat South SEVIER in the first set, or is that? Let me just check this bracket real quick. Richfield is the 3 versus South Sevier. Yeah, I think Richfield won the first set against South Sevier. Either way, Rich will face either North St. Pete, Panguitch, Richfield, or South Sevier, one of those 4 teams, and that'll be, I think, at 2:30 this afternoon. Let me emphasize one more time. They're moving things up. They'll change courts. They'll do whatever they have to get this tournament moved along and finished as early as possible. So keep it tuned here to mylocalradio.com and the Wildlife 98.3 FM. We'll bring you the rest of this tournament. If the Rebels lose the next match, they're done. If they win the next match, they'll play for the championship of either the gold or silver bracket. And I believe, based on scores and points scored, the Rebels should be playing in the championship, the gold bracket. Let's look ahead to next week. It's homecoming week for Rich High School. Royalty was announced. You can find that information on Facebook. I could also give it to you, I guess. The King and Queen. King was Nick Jarman. Queen, Taylor Tingey. I'm going to have to find this real quick. First night was Porter Weston, and first attendant. Now suddenly my phone decides it doesn't want to load the page. First attendant was, I believe, Julia Hopkin. Yeah, that's right. And second night was Kenan Clark, or is Kenan Clark. Second attendant, September Clough. And finally, the jesters are Brenley Satterthwaite and Daniel Gifford. Again, Rich Homecoming is next week. Coach Stewart sitting right here next to me, so I'm going to wrap this up real quick. Let you know that the Rebels will be back at it. We'll have the match for you right here on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. That wraps up the Laziest Ranching Roundup calendar and the postgame show, brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company, Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Thanks to everybody helping out. My producer, Kate Bolander, back in the studio. Let me just ask Coach real quick. Do you know who you won the pool? That's what I kind of thought about and figured. So, Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, so very close. Rebels in points beat Enterprise by 1 point, and North Summit Enterprise beat, did you say Enterprise beat North Summit by 3? So they have to go to points against and figure out the tiebreaker. Rebels come out as the number 1 team from the pool, won the pool, and will face Pool F, which is North St. Pete, Panguitch, Richfield, and South Sevier. Rich will play the number 2 team from that pool in the gold bracket, single elimination. That's scheduled for 2:30, but will likely be a little bit earlier than that. We'll see, and we'll have it for you right here on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. So that's what's coming up next. Thanks to Kate Bolander back in the studio. I'm Ryan Steineckert. We'll talk with you again very soon.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebels supporting businesses and individuals: Edwards Furniture in Logan, West Star Printing in Evanston, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, T-Bar S Body Shop Technoglass of Evanston, the Wind River Hotel and Casino of Riverton, Wyoming, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, and by mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.
Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with KNYN Sports Director, Jake Hibbert, Chief Photographer, Warren Cook, and production assistants, Kate Bolander and AJ Lamb. Biggest thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com. Until the next time the Rich High Volleyball team takes the court, go Rebels!